we're starting a new battery drain test on my channel. And in my past tests, you always complained that the maximum brightness of smartphone is very different. So this time I decided to set it approximately the same using the light sensor in the smartphone. And all smartphones were set on 450-470 nit. And the participators in the bottle: iPhone XR, iPhone 11, Redmi Note 7, Redmi Note 8 Pro, OnePlus 7 Pro and Samsung A50. Smartphones of different weight categories, different processors and different components. We are not paying attention to this and we'll just look at how long they will survive. And ladies and gentlemen, who will live longer? Write about this in the comments. Vote by clicking on the letter I in the upper right corner and like the comment that I will leave under the video. And this way we'll know the guess about who will be the winner. By my own, I think that the iPhone XR will die first, then iPhone 11, after Samsung A50 and then Redmi Note 7. After them Redmi Note 8 Pro and at the end OnePlus 7 Pro. I think OnePlus 7 Pro will be the winner today. By the way, the OnePlus 7 Pro is set to 60 Hz because only in this way it will be fair. And while I was talking my intro, video is in full swing. I launched YouTube for 2 hours. An hour later, phones show the following results: 91, 93, 89, 91, 94 and 95. Unexpectedly, but Samsung is leading for now. Let's see what he shows after another hour of watching the video on YouTube. So, 2 hours have passed and the results are 77, 80, 78, 82, 87 and 88. Samsung is still the leader. Have I really underestimated him? Let's see. Well, the outsider is iPhone XR so far. Here I was not mistaken. After these 2 hours of YouTube video, I started a new test. This is a video recording test. Unfortunately, Samsung with stock camera application for some reason can't record video even in Full HD 60 FPS, only in Full HD 30. So on all smartphones I launched Full HD 30 FPS, but after 20 minutes I decided to download Open Camera and run 4K 30 frames per second on all smartphones. After half hour of recording in 4K, Redmi Note 8 Pro showed such error. That means that this phone is overheating, but I continued the test for another 10 minutes. And now, 3 hours on board, recording of 4K videos is finished. The results are as follows: 46, 51, 46, 51, 67, 71. Not bad, and again Samsung A50 is leading. I started to download Asphalt 9 and this process was very long, and besides, iPhones for some reason did not want to download anything. Both of them 4 hours on stopwatch and the game still hasn't downloaded. And only after 17 minutes, Redmi Note 8 Pro and OnePlus 7 Pro successfully complete the download process. But on iPhones, progress was minimal and I don't know why. iPhones downloaded probably 5%, no more. But it's already been an hour and a half and what the hell is going on? Samsung downloaded this game at 4:30. Even after the reboot, the iPhones did not make any progress, and while the test was being written, I looked for the problem on the World Wide Web and found that sometimes this problem occurs on iPhones. When the timer showed 4:40, Redmi Note 7 downloaded the game, and now all Android smartphones have finished downloading, but since the iPhones haven't downloaded anything, I can't start the game, unfortunately. We will try another test. So, battery results are 21, 29, 21, 35, 50 and 50. Interestingly, Redmi Note 7 is showing the same result as iPhone XR. Earlier, when I used to set the brightness on all smartphones just to the maximum in my previous test, the iPhone's battery used to drain much faster than Redmi Note 7. Next, we will try to download Antutu. And you know, it seems that iPhones are really downloading it. It is incredible. Just amazing. Well, at least something is being downloaded. I held my breath and just waited. iPhone XR downloaded Antutu in just 10 minutes and the 11th got stuck in half. 5 hours on scoreboard, and the test I get is rather strange because almost half of the test is just downloading games and apps. But what does it mean? It means that the iPhone, despite the fact that it is a quite expensive phone, is still with its own oddities. Okay, in terms of percentage, Samsung is in the lead. 14, 24, 14, 30, 46 and 47. Finally guys, Antutu was downloaded on all phones and I started test. The tests are most smoothly performed on iPhones and OnePlus 7 Pro, which is not strange at all. They have best specs. After them goes Redmi Note 8 Pro. On fourth smoothness place goes Samsung, and the last place goes for Redmi Note 7. Redmi Note 7, the image twitches most. All Android devices completed the test and iPhone's blown it. I don't know why, it just got knocked out of Antutu, both of them. Let's look at the scores. It's very interesting that Samsung scored less than the Redmi Note 7, but visually its test looks much smoother. And iPhones, despite the fact that the auto brightness is turned off, when their battery runs out, still minimize the brightness of the display. So do not be surprised that all iPhones at the end of the battery life, their screens were very dim. When the timer shows 5:34, iPhone XR surrendered. Actually, I'm not surprised. He did not manage to bring the tests of Antutu to the end because of his stories, so we didn't know how many points he scored. iPhone 11 in its economy mode scored 321k. Redmi Note 7 leaves us on 543, and after 17 minutes the iPhone 11 dies too. Then I had to interrupt my test. I turned off all the remaining smartphones and I returned to them only after 8 hours. And what is strange, after turning on, I saw such results: 4%, 23 and 28. Redmi Note 8 Pro drastically drained the battery by as much as 5% while it was just turned off. And now it's time to launch games that I have longly waited to launch, but iPhone's bastards did not let me to do this before. We start Asphalt 9 and let's go. And then I realized that this 4% of Redmi Note 8 Pro were actually equal to 8% of Oneplus 10 Pro and 8% of Samsung A50. Apparently something was bad with the indication on Redmi Note 8 Pro, because when he died at 627, OnePlus 10 Pro and Samsung used 8% of their batteries and now showed 15 and 20. And then I thought that already everything is clear who will win. The Samsung A50 quite unexpectedly is leading, and in order to finish off these two smartphones, I downloaded the CPU throttling test. This test is draining batteries really quickly, and in first 10 minutes of the test, minus 5% of each smartphone. And pay attention on beautiful chart that winners draw. It's fantastic and very nice to watch. And then guys, look at the very last percentage. OnePlus 7 Pro outperforms Samsung, and Samsung leaves the race at 7 hours and 14 minutes. That's another surprise for today. For OnePlus 7 Pro, all ended after 4 minutes, when the stopwatch showed 7 hours and 18 minutes. In today's test, there were lots of surprises for me. The first is that Redmi Note 7 lived almost as much as the iPhone XR. The second is that the Samsung turned out to be just a mega long-lived. And third surprise is how OnePlus 7 Pro passed Samsung right at the finish. And by the way, while smartphones drained their batteries, Amazfit Stratus also drained the battery. In general, today all my gadgets drained its batteries. Guys, of course such test does not reflect the real use of smartphones, but I hope that after this test you will at least roughly understand which phone will live longer in your daily usage. All phones were in approximately the same conditions, and thank God the test is over. I thought that Samsung will lose the track right after the iPhone, but he showed one of the coolest battery performance today. OnePlus 10 Pro is the best. And by the way, lots of you guys are saying that MediaTek had a very bad effect on the battery of Redmi Note 8 Pro. Everything is much better than you think. 6.5 hours of the screen on time is a very decent result. Okay guys, I hope you liked my video. My name is Eugene. If you didn't know, subscribe to my channel if you didn't yet, and have a nice day guys. Peace. Всем добра.